So, welcome to Trans Talk, where we discuss issues related to the LGBTQ plus community.
Yes, get it. So I'm one of your co-hosts, Portia. 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 I swear every week I mess this up and I'm like,
Me
we're doing like
too.
Parent Trap. I promise I know my name. I promise. Rewind. So I'm one of your co-hosts, Duchess, and
And I'm the lovely Miss Portia.
yes, Miss Portia. Portia, I'm loving this red lip and this little crimson velvet number.
Oh, okay.
You're giving us a little velvet stitch for the winter.
Yeah.
I'm here for a girl. Okay, okay, girl, let's get into it. So, what we talking about today?
Okay, so today we're going to discuss a very interesting topic
Mm,
called Gay versus Trans, navigating intersectionality and
hmm.
understanding differences.
Okay.
And to help us with this discussion, we're going to bring in my good friend Kenneth.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Kenneth.
How you doing?
Hey, Kenneth, Kenny,
Yeah,
how are you doing today?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm well. You look very warm and cozy over there, like you're gonna make me some waffles and
Oh
maybe
well,
chop
yeah,
maybe chop down some
I want
trees.
y'all to see how messy my hair is. I
Ah!
need a haircut. Uh,
Okay, it's great to have you both here. So let's start with the basics. Can you explain the difference between being gay and being trans? Who wants to take the topic first?
Ladies first.
Ah! Okay, well, I'll volunteer. So I'm gonna explain it, and if I am wrong, feel free to correct me. But a gay man is someone, he is a biological or cis male, and he finds himself attracted to an actual man. And I think if it's like a trans man and a gay man, I would still consider that, two gay men, because at the end of the day, that gay male is attracted to someone with like male genitalia and like a I guess who would consider themselves a male or cis male. Where the trans girl, she is not necessarily a person like a man trapped in a woman's body, because I certainly don't feel that way, and that could definitely be a topic for another day. But I definitely say like a trans person is someone who they either some women do feel like they're born the wrong sex, and some just feel like I'm very feminine. I love everything about being feminine. I embrace it. There's nothing masculine about me, and I just love every aspect of that. So I think
Mhm.
trans definitely has different umbrellas. And as far as like the men who are attracted to trans women, I certainly would consider them gay, because at the end of the day, they're attracted to femininity, and nothing masculine, nothing about like a man will attract them. In the same way as if I was attracted to a trans male, like
Mm.
even though I know that was a biologically he was born a she, at the end of the day, like I'm not attracted to women. So like this person is standing in front of me, they may be a trans male, but they're very masculine. They're very presenting like as a man, and that's what I'm attracted to today, that masculinity. Unfortunately, I'm not a pitcher, so we wouldn't get along too well. But I do find myself attracted to a lot of trans males today. They are very handsome.
I know.
So I hope my answer. Go
I
ahead, girl.
find myself attracted to a lot of trans men too.
I know, girl, especially get the beards and the big arms. I'm like, I'm always like, hey. But
So
what do you guys think?
Well, see, I mean, the way you describe the difference between gay. Yeah, I mean, the way you described gay was perfect. Two men, attracted to one another. I mean, the way you described, trans. I mean, the way I, look at it, I mean, I would feel like trans would be. Oh my gosh, I can't stand some of these these names and stuff. But I mean,
Say it, just say it.
somebody who was born a male and now lives their life as a female, I would think they are attracted to, you know, either straight men or, gay men. Because like I was, saying to, Portia, um, offline that, yes, there are some gay men who like the aesthetics. They like the femininity. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm happy you brought that up because that is true. I mean, in my experience, I've met plenty of gay men. All my friends are gay men. Heck, I used to be a part of that world,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I got no play. I got the gay boys loved the way I looked, and they thought I was beautiful, but no one really was really into me. No one wanted to date me. I was single for years.
I couldn't
And that won't
believe
be the case, obviously, for everybody. Yes, I was single for years. To this day, I've never had a boyfriend before. So I would
Really?
say um, I've never had a boyfriend, yes,
believe
believe it
that.
or not.
Oh.
Believe that.
Yes. So, believe it or not, yeah, I've never had a boyfriend. I would say that, and the gay men would tell me, like, I think you're beautiful, but like, I'm not attracted. You're very feminine. You're uberly feminine. You're overly feminine.
Mhm.
And they wouldn't find me attractive.
Well,
So I'm
because
not saying that it can't happen, but
yeah.
like 9 times out of 10, gay men want another man. Like, let's not pretend that
Well,
whole
no, but
mask
that's what it is.
mask was
Like, I
not
mean,
true.
Yeah.
no, I was saying that to Portia, like, how, you know, women would say, I'm strictly dickly. I say I'm strictly gay. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've seen pretty, if you want to say biological women, that I think are pretty, but I'm not, I don't, I hate when people always want to make it sexual, but but I'm not attracted to them in that way that if we were intimate, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I see pretty people all the time, and stuff like that. I mean, there's even like, straight men that you like, damn, I wish you was gay, and stuff like that, but
Okay.
yeah.
Portia, are you going to answer that question? Because I want to hear Portia's thoughts.
Okay.
She
Well,
asked the question. I want to hear her thoughts.
yeah.
Well, I think there's a difference between trans and gay. Like trans are people who feel they're trapped in the wrong body and stuff like that. Whereas gay men are attracted to other gay men.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I mean, I think all, descriptions we gave, I mean, they're all basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we're all not, we're all not wrong. I mean,
Mhm.
I
I
mean, no
feel
one's not
like we kind of touch base on like what the general definition, and of
exactly.
course
Yeah.
there are some variances.
Oh, of
Everything's
course.
a case by case, but
Yeah.
overall, I
Yeah.
think like you say, Kenneth, we kind of say the same. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're here. We're all in acceptance.
Yes.
But there's an overlap between the two communities. So can you talk about that? What the overlap is between gay and trans?
Well, see, I mean, I guess you're asking me. See, to me, I don't want to say. I mean, I know there are trans people. I mean, there's bi people. I mean, I know. See, for me, I don't want to say that. I mean, yes, we all are in our own silos. If you want to say, I mean, sometimes I look at it like, look, how about we just break up the alphabet and everybody just I'll be the G. I mean, I'm just saying, I get it. We're all part of a community, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't really see a big difference. I mean, like I said, you know me, Portia. You know that my saying is live and let live. I'm all about people living in their truths and being who they are. Yeah, I mean, if you want to say, do we have differences? I mean, for me as a gay man, I really don't, with all, especially what's going on in society right now, so much, with the transgender, recently at the, you know, the NAACP
Like,
awards, and they were giving Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade an award, their president's award for their activism, with the LGBT, but mainly with the trans community because of Dwayne's daughter Zaya and
Mm.
stuff like that. And again, I watch a lot of YouTube, so I love to hear dissenting arguments and stuff like that. And some people felt like Gabrielle Union was performing up there, like wagging her finger at black people. But what she said, because again, me personally, I love Gabrielle Union as an actress, but I don't think I'd like her as a person, just the way she comes across.
Mm-hmm.
But what she did say, as far as like, are we going to fight for all our people? Not just, meaning the transgender community. I mean, again, I feel like sometimes black people, I think they look at the gay community, I'm just saying black people. They look at them as another marginalized group like black people. We're a marginalized group in this country, just as the gay community. But the gay community is just not black people. You have white, Asian, Latino. And if you want to say there's a hierarchy, white people are at the top. And stuff like that. And, you hear so many things of, when they talk about, black trans lives matter, because they do. And stuff like that. And her whole thing was like, we need to support all our people. We have to. Again, I had an argument with, cousins, about, I said, I'm still black. I'm black first, and stuff like that. And but to me, it's almost like, don't try to make like, oh, you could be gay or trans, but y'all be over there, No. Oh gosh, it really annoys me a lot of times when I see some of these conversations where a lot of people I agree with, but then when they get on the trans thing, you or gay, you may not agree with it, but we're still your people, and at the end of the day, I'm sure we all have somebody in our family that is gay, trans, bi, whatever.
Mm-hmm. And what I really want to say is, when I told Kenneth that I was trans, he accepted me.
No. Yes. Okay. I always say I have many friends that I've known who I knew them as guys, and now they live their lives as females. And I don't have a problem with, whatever makes you happy. That's the way I look at it. I hate when I see, like, for me, I was telling Portia, my coming out, my mother told everybody. I was like, well, damn, can I tell people? But she did it. But I feel so bad for those who've come out to their families and they either disown them. And that's sad for me, because it's hard enough in this world, to get through life and stuff like that. And to me, you want your family. Like I said, for me, when I came out, when I knew my family was good with me, I felt like it was a weight off my shoulder. I didn't have to, I've always known I was gay. Since I can say, since first grade. I knew that I liked boys, not anything sexual, but I knew that I liked the way a little boy likes a little girl. Yeah, the attraction was there. And, but that for me, I said she has to be happy. And that's, I know she expressed to me, not telling her family, and stuff like that. But, I guess I'll just say, well, maybe in due time. Yeah, you may never. I told her, my father passed not knowing that I was gay. And stuff like that. Because I don't feel like I need to make that I just feel like every time we got together, it was always a family gathering, and I don't want to make me the subject.
Make it about you.
Because see, I know eventually I'm gonna get mad and I'm gonna start cussing everybody out.
And it's gonna go from a family affair to World War III.
It's just like, come on, but at the end of the day, people have to be happy. That's the way I look.
Yeah.
Like
No, go on. It sounds like going back, if you had a chance to like do things differently, like if you're able to tell your father while he was still here that you were gay, you wouldn't change a thing. You would just continue to like.
Yeah, if he was still here, I probably would. If he asked me, because again, case in point, there was a point where he was on the phone, he called me, and I guess he was with a cousin, and a cousin took the phone from him. Now mind you, out of all my cousins on my father's side, I'll just say within his, because my father's the only boy and he has sisters, but all his sisters, have kids, and they, I think with the exception of one of them, does not have any children. So my cousin took the phone from my father, and he was like, "When are you gonna make some grandkids for your daddy?" And I was like, "I'm working on it." My mother always thought I was scared. I just feel like I just don't want to make me a subject of it. Again, because I don't want to hear the I mean, I don't even want to say disappointment or whatever, but because on that side of the family, I mean, they are religious. I mean, I don't want to say they wouldn't be accepting. I mean, I'm sure they wonder even till this day. I mean, I hate when people say, "Oh, I don't care if you're gay or whatever," but you do wonder. You've never.
There's some
I've been
curiosity.
to plenty family barbecues. I've met all my cousins' girlfriends who they've ended up marrying. Y'all never see me bring nobody. So I
Mm.
mean, now y'all can probably, oh, maybe Kenny's super secretive, but y'all probably try to put two and two, together. But I mean, I just feel like, okay, if I tell you, I do. If I don't, my mother, my aunt, my mother's sister's husband, my uncle Dennis.
Hmm.
He said, "Do you feel like you have to tell people?" I said, "No, but if you are close to me, I would tell you because I'm sure you're wondering. Damn, he never,
Yeah.
I've never. I mean, people do wonder, So
And,
go on. I'm sorry. I feel like
you
I'm
know,
talking too much.
no, that's okay. That just means we're having a good time. But
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that note, you actually make a good point. The challenges that face both communities
Yeah.
and the similarities there are with those challenges.
Yeah.
Let's get into more of that. I know with the whole like telling people if you are or not. I mean, with me and my personal experience, I started off as a gay boy, believe it or not.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And just a very, very feminine gay boy.
Mm-hmm.
And I always felt I didn't need to tell anybody. I was very similar to you. I was like, if someone asked me, I back then would I have told them the real thing? Probably not.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something I thought I needed to tell them until I was actually truly ready.
Yeah.
And Krishna household, and I read this book. I always tell people Joe Osteen, Your Best Life Now, when he was like, God accepts you for who you are.
Yeah.
And when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I hiding this? I came out, but my version of coming out was not like, oh, I'm gay. It was
Yeah.
like, you know that boy, he is so cute. And then everyone was like, oh, it's about time. So
Yeah.
finally,
But see, at the end of the day, they know. They do. Even when I talked
yeah.
to her, she
Yeah.
was like, I knew. That's why even her telling people, I remember she told one of my boy cousins, and he was so happy to know that I was the top. I was like, damn. Yeah, he was so happy to know that I was the top.
That's another topic.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, well, go
Hey,
on.
you
And
know what? Actually,
I had this
go ahead,
girl.
Portia.
I had this girl when I was at Consumers. You remember Consumers back
Yeah,
in
it's okay. Yeah, yeah.
the day? As she asked me, "Are you gay?" I'm like, "It's none of your business."
Yeah,
She was just curious and couldn't help but ask.
yeah,
But
no.
Yeah.
this does remind me. So speaking of like this, what other challenges do we face in the community? Maybe you guys want to touch on that too. Like obviously, then coming out and telling people like, oh yes, I'm
Yeah,
gay or I'm
that's the
not.
issue we have in common.
Hmm. Or
Um,
any other challenges we may have in common?
Discrimination.
Oh yeah.
Discrimination.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah. Like even when you think about, people act like there's no, discrimination or racism in, the LGBT community. No, there are. Oh, please. I won't say I've experienced it directly, but I'll just always use it on like, I guess if you want to say, just sexual, I just feel like it's like a fetish to some of them.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's why I get. Me personally, I'm into my own. I don't. Yes, I've been with others, but I'm really just into my own. But yeah, I said, look, I'm not having no slave play fantasy with you. I'm just
That's
not.
a thing. That's totally a thing.
Yes,
Yes.
it's just like
Yes,
some of
that
the,
is
just
a
even some of the
thing.
comments. I'm just like, wow, do y'all really talk like this? Yeah. So, but yeah, no, like even like you would just say, coming out. I like, just going back a little. I commend so much of the younger generation coming out, like young. Like I do. I feel like my whole growing up in the 80s, coming of age in the 90s, I couldn't be myself, to where young people are coming out, what I'll just say 11, 12, or just, early teens and stuff. And they can live their lives and be happy and not know that, and go and not have to go through life just, like, oh, and I'll say younger people, even though I mean kids are some of the meanest people, but young people tend to, I mean today's generation tend to are a little more accepting of, I'll say, past
100%.
generations. Yeah.
And
And
I truly think that instead of like when adults hear of a trans person or a gay person, they don't want to talk about that with their children.
Yeah.
I feel like you're doing a child that disservice because they're not growing up knowing about that. So when they encounter someone in their elementary school years or their high
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
years, they don't know how to react.
Yeah.
As opposed to like if you saw a gay or trans person on TV and your kid asks you questions like, oh, like this person, like he's a guy, he's attracted to other guys. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your personal preference. And the kid's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, because kids only know what you teach them.
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
gonna take it exactly for what you said and go, okay, and
Yeah.
keep it moving. It's really not hard.
And I think it is up to the parents because with so much going on, with in Florida, the Don't Say Gay bill and all that other stuff. It's just like, look, I feel like as parents, I mean, is there a right time and a wrong time? Because I feel like the parents don't talk to their kids about the birds and the bees. I think a majority of us learned about the birds and the bees on our own.
On our own. I learned on my own.
Yeah, I did. I did. I found my brother's porn collection, and I was like, I'm hard for life, if you want to say, stuff. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel like parents need to, realize that, their kids are gonna have questions, and there's just not, Bobby and Susie. There is, Bobby and Billy and stuff like that.
And there you go. And I also feel like, you know what? If you can sit there and explain to your children why mommy and daddy are not together, or
Yeah,
daddy went out and found a new mommy, and the
yeah,
kid can understand that, you can definitely
yeah, they can understand that.
describe trans to your kid,
Yeah,
trans or
yeah.
gay. Kids will surprise you with what they can understand
Well, they
and
do.
accept.
You'll be surprised what kids know. It's again, it's like how we always say, oh, they're kids. Kids know. We all know. I mean, kids know. Like I said, I didn't
Not
know
stupid.
when I was a kid that, okay, I didn't know the term gay, but I knew that there was an attraction to the same sex, and so it was nothing sexual. It's just like, oh, I like, little Cornell and whatever and stuff like that, and stuff. But yeah, I mean, but no, I do commend, like I said, young people today. And to me, I feel like parents do need to talk to their children about it. I mean, just, trying to take over school boards, taking books out of school, don't teach the kids that. I'm like, come on. It's.
And getting back to the topic.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I do
No
go.
work.
I do go
Went
on
off topic a little bit.
And Portia will definitely will us in. I
Well,
love
no,
it,
I know what.
Portia.
I'm glad because I was telling her my friends telling me, Kenneth, you stay on topic, stay on topic. Go.
So, Portia, what other questions do you have for us? What other topics? I know there's a video, girl. I know you got it. Portia is queen of the videos, and I'm just waiting for this video to play.
Okay.
Well, before we get into any videos, I want to discuss the topic on. Let me add this to the stream,
Okay.
and you can see here.
Is that LeBron James?
No, that's Jonathan Majors.
That's Jonathan Majors.
You look good.
I'm trying to see if I can.
Who is Jonathan? He's an actor?
Yeah,
Those
he's an
big
actor.
arms.
Yeah, he's in the new Ant-Man film, and he's in the recent film this Friday, Creed 3 with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, so you see saying Jonathan Major that people are slamming his cover shoot because they're saying it's too effeminate. And
It's too feminine.
Like this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, the first one was hot. Okay,
but
the second one.
No, go on. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I think we're about to say the same thing.
Well, no, but
the second one is 100% feminine. He's saying like,
but see,
girl.
the story behind the this photo is that they were trying to capture this anime character vibe or something, and I mean, because see, so many people I've
Yes,
watched. Or,
there's the anime vibe.
exactly, yeah,
You can see what they're trying to do, and
I think in
he's
the
dressed.
second picture when it's the side by side and he's throwing a flower, those I like. Those don't look as effeminate, but come on, you know that when he perched his lips,
well, yeah, I mean,
that's very
yeah,
feminine.
no, I mean, and I get it, but see again,
I,
and I'll just say, black
we
society.
know he's a man. We know he's a man. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't
He
think
looks
he
like a
wants.
gay man. And my attraction, woo, ooh, 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 that, and then it peaked back up on the third picture.
I don't think anyone's debating whether he's a real man or not.
yeah, and you know what?
Oh no, no one's debating that
If
one.
he's gay or whatever, so be it. I get.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, Jonathan Majors is the new hot actor, in Hollywood right now and stuff like that, and I get it. They talk about the term being buck broken, and that goes way back to slavery.
Buck broken.
That goes back to slavery and all that other stuff. I mean, it's a good documentary on that. You know,
Mm.
but I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like, I mean, do we make a big? It's like if
I
black
mean,
men
every actor is accused of being gay. Every actor is
well, yeah, every
accused.
actor is, but I just feel like in
That's how
black,
you know you're an actor. That's your rite of passage. You got to be accused of being gay. If you Google your name and the gay doesn't pop up, you're not a real actor.
yeah, yeah, but see again, why does it matter? Sometimes it's just like I get it. I mean, like a lot of people say, you haven't made it until people question, are you gay or something? I mean, I just feel in black society we if a man shows any sign of feminine, oh, he's gay, and it's like that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. I mean,
it's like Ving Rhames and Wesley Snipes and all these actors who have dressed up as drag queens.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, Tu Wong Fu. I love
yeah.
that movie.
I mean, but they were acting. I
But
didn't,
they say a man is uh, uh, a straight actor dress up as females all the time. I mean, when
I
they're watching,
agree.
that happens.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
necessarily make them gay, and I
no,
certainly by no way means
that's
was
it.
I saying the actor was gay. He just looks very feminine.
yeah,
But like you say, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's gay.
yeah,
Yeah,
So yeah, I definitely he could just be, very comfortable with his sexuality. And actually, I do find it attractive when a man is very comfortable with his sexuality. I love that. There was
yeah,
this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta when Kim Zolciak, she met her football husband, and there's a scene where he's like sitting down at this little bitty table with her daughters, and he's painting her nails, and the look of concentration on this big 6'5" man, football playing man face as he's concentrating and just getting these nails perfect for this little girl. I was like, oh, I want him so
yeah. But
bad. And that was nothing like he didn't question his sexuality.
yeah, I just sometimes feel people make a big deal of stuff that it's like, okay, does it? So what if he was? I mean, why do you care? I mean, it's not, you know.
yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, it
Yeah,
doesn't
if he
matter.
is, he is. I mean, I didn't find a big deal, but of course, a man, puckering out his lips and all that other stuff. I mean, like you said, if he's comfortable in his sexuality, that's all that should matter. Because just
Yeah, that's all that
just
matters.
even as I was saying to Portia offline that how society still has this idea of the gay man being flamboyant, and I'm like, gay men come in all
Yeah,
flavors, just like their straight counterparts. We're not a
100%.
monolith either. We're not sissies and all that. Please, I guess some gay men will whip your ass.
Some of those trans girls whoop your ass.
Well, that too, exactly. So it's like, stop it. It's like, come on, but it is. It's like, like I said, live and let.
Well, 100% live and let live. And that reminds me of like the bathroom topic. So I was listening to one of my favorite YouTubers. I always reference her, Lovely T, and she was talking about a trans guy who went to use the women's bathroom. And that's definitely like a hot topic for a lot of people, right?
Mm.
Trans using the bathroom. And I've always told Portia this, like I've had great experiences because I mean I present as a female and I don't have a beard. I'm not masculine. Well, what's interesting about this case, this person considers himself trans, yet and still he looked like a man. Had like a little beard. His hair was short. Caucasian guy. He looked like a man. And when he went in said bathroom, a lady was in there with her children, and she was not having it. She went off,
Mm.
and it turned into like a whole viral situation. And his friends didn't support him. And for the life of him, he couldn't understand what he did wrong and why his friends didn't support him and come to his aid. So I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts about it before I give my take.
Well, why didn't he go into the male bathroom?
Yeah,
Because
if he had a job.
Huh?
he he felt that he knew that he was a trans woman. So that's why he was like, I'm a trans woman.
With the beard
I'm a
though.
woman. I go to women's
Oh wait. Oh,
bathroom.
okay. Okay. See, I'm getting confused. Then okay, but she had a beard.
And looked like a man. So I'm assuming this person was early in their transition. Because we
Okay.
all start someplace, right? So this
Yeah.
person was early in their
Okay.
transition. And she jumped right into the women's bathroom. Now,
Mm.
if you are his friend, what would you have said to him?
I would say it's too early to
Well,
do
yeah. I mean,
that.
yeah. I mean, to your point, like
It's
you
too
said,
early.
it's too early.
Too
So I mean,
early.
okay, she's trans. You know what? She's transitioning. I mean, I'm right.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm.
mean, okay. I mean, she's still just doing her normal daily routine. When she's finally okay. She I said, yeah, I'm getting confused. She, she she's going to become a he.
She.
No,
So
No,
he's
he.
transitioning to
he's
she.
gonna
Okay, he's
become
okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Okay. Give it some time. She will be going to the right bathroom.
yeah. That's what I say.
Oh, well, no.
You said the
See,
same.
well, no. Wait a minute. See. Oh, see. Hey, I'm getting confused. She. He's transitioning to a female, and
Yeah,
He's
she.
I don't think I think it was too early for him to go into the bathroom.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
women's
a hundred
Okay. Okay.
percent,
Yeah.
a hundred
Okay.
percent.
Yes. Okay. Now. Okay. I get it now. Yes. So yes, maybe
Because
should have waited.
100%, because no matter how you feel inside, like let's not pretend that like visual and like physicals like don't matter to a certain extent. So if you still look like 100% presenting as a male, even though you like inside I know I'm a trans woman, I would 100% go to the men's bathroom. I mean, at one point in time, I even before I consider myself trans, I used to go to the men's bathroom and I stopped because the men would actually look at me and they would go, this is the men's bathroom, right? And I would go, oh yeah, I know. And I started going to women's bathroom even before I was wearing feminine clothing, even before I was wearing lipstick and eyeshadow. I started going early because like the guys was like, "You're a girl, why are you in here?"
Well, okay. So
So
okay,
I'm a friend.
I get it, but yeah, but
If
when
you look like a girl, then you should go to the ladies'
yeah,
bathroom.
exactly, yeah,
If you're not looking like a girl, you should go to the men's
exactly, yeah. I know, and
Uh-huh.
I don't think like I mean, well, you said her friends weren't supporting her.
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like they kind of believe the same thing we were saying. Like, why didn't you just go to the men's
yeah, I
bathroom with
mean
us?
bathroom.
because again, it's just giving the people who that I'm just gonna say don't like you. You're just giving them more ammunition.
Yeah,
And
no.
so because I'm like, look, we're not building a third bathroom. We're not building a third. Like just for trans. If you identify as a female, go to the female bathroom. Yes, evidently you still had a beard and stuff like that. I mean, you should have maybe just went to the male bathroom,
Sure.
huh?
100%. I
Yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
agree.
I mean, but no. See again. I'm just looking at it from like me supporting people. I mean, I mean, like I said, I mean, like, when you talk about intersectionality, I mean, it's like the differences between. I mean, yeah, we go through our differences, but I feel like they lump us all as a one community. So I
Yeah.
mean, for me, I'm accepting. Yeah, I mean, I know there's an argument, between like the naming. Like now, I would, when I speak to you, I'm going to refer to you as she. I'm not going to do the he, she, we, like Flame Monroe and stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna call you she. And I mean, I know a lot of people got mad at what's her name? Macy Gray, because they, the whole thing, the argument between, biological women and trans women. I mean, I get it where
What
she said,
happened?
well, because I guess, people were like, she was like, if you want, I guess the whole argument is because they feel like, I guess they felt like what trans individuals want to be called. They don't want to be. They want to be called like he, she. They don't want to be called trans woman or trans or
Oh,
trans
yeah,
male.
yeah.
And her thing was like, well, if you want me to call you a girl or a female, I will call you that. You know, but the argument of it's like a lot of them feel like they're trying to erase biological women, and I don't want to say that's the case. I mean, you listen to
Yeah.
some. I mean, I'm like, okay, I hear you, but I mean, come on, we all
I think it's a
agree.
bit far-fetched. No
Yeah,
one's trying to erase anybody.
yeah,
At the end of
exactly.
the day, like I know, like yes, I may be a trans woman, but I know, like biologically, I was born a boy. Like
Yeah,
I'm
but
not trying
again,
to fool
on the
anybody.
surface, I'm going to call you by your pronoun. I mean, female. I don't. I mean, I'm not. I'm not gonna. I mean, the old names they used to call, people, transgender. I mean, it's like, come on, let's stop. I mean,
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of erasing sexes and the he or the she, I think we should address the they, them, and the them. Portia, you want to play my video?
Yes.
So one of my favorite YouTubers again, Lovely T, she was addressing the
They just
they and
started to
them
make up more shit and
situation.
more shit.
More stuff.
Yeah, that's where the conservatives like me because I'm just real.
Yeah, you do have a conservative
you're not
vibe
they
to
and
you.
them. You're trans. You're male or you're female.
And you're
And
standing
people
on
get
that.
so mad when I say that. How are you a they? What the fuck does that mean? It's stupid is what it is.
Yeah.
But you need someone like me that looks like me to say it. Because if you say it, it turns into you're homophobic. You hate trans people. You hate gays. And it's just how you feel. You don't hate anyone. You just think it's stupid.
Thoughts? You think it's
I
stupid?
agree with
That was
I-
Jeffree Star, if you're not familiar.
okay.
But
No,
he
I've heard the
thinks
name, but
that
I've just never, So I
I
mean,
agree with her because
Hey, wait, no, not her. Jeffree Star is a YouTuber that blew up for makeup, but Jeffree Star identifies as a man.
oh,
oh,
okay.
well, see,
A
okay,
gay man.
so
But let's get into the topic. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess on the surface, I mean, okay, now looks like a female to me, but you want to be called a man. I mean, see again. Don't get me wrong. I hate the theys and thems. I'm like, look, it's like if, like I said, you look like a female, I'm going to call you a female. I mean, there was a video out there where somebody was in GameStop and clearly she was trans, but she still looked like a male, long hair, crop top, tight jeans. And the guy behind the counter was calling her sir. And she was like, ma'am, I am a ma'am. And I get it, but it's like, I mean, I think, again, it's the aesthetics. Some people will question, oh, is that a drag queen or is that, somebody cross-dressing? I mean, I guess for straight society, you have to look like the real thing to them.
Yeah.
But what happens when that individual wants to be called they or them? How does that make you feel?
Well, see,
I
to me,
think that's stupid.
well, see, the they or them, but it's like, okay, what? See, I'm like, well, what are you then? I mean, are you a girl or a boy to me? That's like, I mean, I'm like,
But that's the thing. They and them don't feel like that. Go ahead.
Plural. It's a plural noun.
Right. They don't feel like they're a boy or a girl. Like I don't identify with either sex. I want to be called they or them. So then what do?
That's
Do you
see, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I'm like, what's your name?
And you know what? You know, I'm happy you brought that up because that's excellent. If you are not sure, just call someone by their name, or if you don't feel comfortable calling them the pronoun, like using the pronoun they or them, say,
Because
you know, their name. But if that confuses you, there is this section of TikTok that they don't identify with they or them because that is like there's like no sex and
so
they
then
prefer to lose the th and add them or them. So, you know, like I'm going with them to the grocery store or they look very pretty
Mm.
you see,
today.
it's that's where it's just see. I think it's getting us as a society to conform to what we've always been calling people. You know, he, she. I mean,
It's all
again,
this woke BS. That's what it is.
huh?
It's all this woke BS.
But see, even using that word woke, I don't like when people use the word woke because I feel like a lot of people love to use that word woke. You know, to me, the woke was created by black people.
Oversaturated.
You know, and the whole meaning behind woke was just basically saying, just don't be asleep, to what's going on, you know,
Hmm.
and stuff. But white society was to turn everything woke, and stuff like that. And I mean, get it. You don't like, the changes in society. People are not always accepting to change.
Mm.
Again, that whole they them. I mean, yeah, I'd be like, well,
Them.
yeah, it's like, yeah, what is your name? Just tell me your name because I'm not going to that. It is trying to get people to conform after. Maybe you can start off with little children, but people our age are like, look, you're a she. I'm not doing this they them and shit.
You know what? I feel like I personally I don't mind so much the them because at least that's part of the English
Yeah,
vocabulary.
yeah.
But when you start saying they and them, I'm like, okay, now you're just making up
Zay
stuff.
with
It's
a Z.
confusing. Yes, with the Z, even the freaking TikTok, the girl was trying to explain and give examples, and she even looked confused. I was like,
Yeah, see,
this
it's
is
like
too
Yeah,
much. I'm like, it just stick with the they and them,
this
and
goes
like you don't have to
back
go any
to
further than that.
the guy.
And Jeffree, you know, you may not always agree with Jeffree, but
uh-huh.
he had a good point. He was like, he was like, I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but you know what? That's my opinion, and that's how I feel, and it's okay. Like I shouldn't be attacked because that's how I feel. I mean, like,
Oh no,
and I
no,
agree with him.
no
If
attacking
that's
all.
how that, if yeah, if that's how Jeffree feels.
So
He feels like it's
Jeffrey
a
was the
mess
one
So
with the
this
pink
is
hair.
with the pink hair. He's a he, but he presents very feminine. And he was coming under fire because he thought the they them movement was bullshit. So I'm sure he thinks that them is
Okay,
bullshit
yeah,
too.
I'm sure. But see, to me, if I saw her see again, if I saw her for the first, I would say she,
Hmm. Hmm.
even though she identifies as he.
But
hmm.
I think the topic that he was saying, like he, I'm sure he gets she all the time, and it's probably
Yeah,
like
because I'm
goes
like,
right
well,
over his
you
head,
look
just
like
like
one. We all see again.
because
We all know what a See again. We all know what a Well, I can't even say. Do we know what a female is anymore, or a male? Because it's almost getting blurred now. It's like
Yeah, the
I want to
lines
say
are
in
being
society,
blurred.
we know what a female looks like, regardless if you were born a male and you are now a female. If you look like a female, I'm going to call you a female.
Mm.
And I just feel
a
like
hundred.
even if that female that you can even tell that okay that she's transitioned and stuff like that, I still feel like be respectful and call them she.
Mm.
Yeah.
Don't be like this he she or what. Don't do that. It's
Yeah.
like come on.
Yeah, I definitely think at the end of the day, regardless of how we feel, if someone tells you they want to be called a pronoun, just stick to the pronoun. If you can't do that, like you say, the name is perfect. But
Yeah.
if someone doesn't agree with you, I don't think that makes them like
No,
all
no,
these
not at all.
names and
Not at
like
all.
anti-trans. That
No.
just means they have an opinion and they're allowed to have it. Not saying that's how you feel, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
No,
was
I
just
know.
addressing like the video and
Mm.
how people were like backlashing on Jeff because it's like, you know, he should call them and like he has an opinion. It's just his
Yeah, yeah.
opinion.
That's
And
why
that's all
again.
it
That's
is.
why I
You know, said it.
refuse to download TikTok. I'm just like, look, I haven't been
You
on
have used it
Facebook
that
and
little
Instagram
TikTok.
and stuff like that. I mean, my friend sends me videos, and of course, you could watch it through the web browser. But I'm like, look, I think the internet is triggering. It's like they want people to be mad all the damn time. You know,
They do. And, it's like trollers that just sit there like they want to stir the pot. They want to drop
yeah,
this bomb here and just watch and sit back and sip slow. And I'm like, I always say, you know what? If you're gonna be on the internet, just master the Beyonce and just unbothered. No
yeah,
comment
no,
at
it
all.
is. It's just like it's crazy. It's crazy. Wow.
You know what else is crazy?
What?
Portia's videos. Portia, I'm sure got another video for us. Go ahead, girl. Portia, you know I rag on you in your videos, but they're always educational. Go ahead and play one for us.
You didn't freeze, did you?
Or she's dragging out the
Okay.
hurt and and she went and logged out. Well, I think we may have a few technical difficulties here,
Yeah, well,
but
that's
as she logs
the
back
internet.
on,
That's
so,
the internet.
so how did you and Miss Portia meet?
Oh gosh, I've known Portia since 1997.
Oh wow, you guys
Yeah.
go way back.
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew her when she was
Renee.
yeah, and I mean, like I said, I want to say Portia, and I'm saying it, as who she is now, but back then
Mhm.
she really, I'll say, helped me just, again, like I said, I've always known I was gay, but I mean, just helped me more just to come out, and
Oh
stuff. 'Cause I met
wow.
her when I was 21. And again, I always knew, but I was going through I'm not gay and all this other. I mean, again, it was just like, ugh, to where in the end, by 24, that's when I finally came out to my mother. And like, she was like, I knew. And it was like, wow, well, damn, could you have told me when I was 15? And stuff, but yeah, no, I support her. It's
Mhm.
she has to be happy at the end of the day, and I feel like a lot of people have to be happy. And to me, that's why you keep on hearing me say, live and let live. I just feel like if it's not affecting you,
You
why,
shouldn't
why do you
care.
care? Why would you want somebody else's rights to be trampled on and somebody to exist? Like they're not allowed to exist. It's like, come on.
That's really cool that you guys like she supported you and helped you come out, and that was
Yeah, no, it is. It's just like, I mean, like I said, we have a hard enough time getting through the world. It's like, and yeah, I mean, we met each other, when she was working for this company, and I
mhm.
was doing security there, and and
Oh, so that's how you guys met.
oh yeah, you had a job, and but see again, it's almost like and this is before the apps and crap, and stuff. So and I was like, why? I'd be sitting at the security booth, and every time I looked up, well, I'm saying she now, but he was looking at me. I'm like, look, why are you looking at me? Because it is, and I just feel like, okay, there's some type of attraction, right there. And then of course, we eventually started talking and stuff, and yeah, but no.
Now, was she open about being gay back then?
Oh well, I'm not. Well, see, no. I mean, not even I was like open, but again, in the end, we
Mm.
we knew, and stuff like that. Like I always say, again, we hung around each other for a year, and I always tell her she was my first boyfriend. I'm
Ah!
talking about you.
Oh yeah, Portia. I decided to pump him for some information while you were gone. Get all the dirty deets, all the dirty
Yeah,
details, girl.
no,
He
I know
told
it
me
is. Yeah, no, and that's
everything.
what I do. I mean, like like talking about friends, because I mean, like I can say, I know a lot of people, but as far as like friends, I mean, I can count them. And like I said, I've known Portia a long time. Before
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, when even when helping her move and stuff like that, and then she
Oh
want to move
Lord.
back and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I was like, damn it. I was like, all right, I'll help you.
Well,
But no,
that sounds
yeah.
like
I mean,
that sounds
again,
like a
it's
good friend.
it's good to like many of us can't say we have like like too many friends, or or real good friends. Yeah, I don't speak to Portia all the time, but anytime she needs it and I can help, or just or just to talk, even when we'd always call each other about after Apple events because we're Apple nerds.
Yeah.
But
Ah,
but yeah, no, I support her.
okay. So,
Thank you.
Porsche, well, now that I know all your dirty secrets, and I will expose them at the next show. Make sure you tune in. But should we play one of your videos, girl?
So this Florida Christian school is asking gay and transgender students to leave.
Wow.
Let's take a look at this video.
It's not a new policy, but it was the first time I was made aware of the policy in that email.
This Hillsborough County mother of a 16-year-old lesbian daughter asked to conceal her identity for fear of harassment.
I am accepting. I love my children. I don't care. But there's families I know of that really have more than a hard time with their children being gay, and it's sad.
All of her children have attended the Grace Christian School in Valrico, but after reading Administrator Barry McKean's June 6th email, she says she didn't send her youngest daughter back for her junior year.
I actually respect their opinion, but my daughter's well-being, right, and mental health is more important.
According to the email obtained by NBC News, the school will only refer to students by their sex assigned at birth. It also states any form of homosexuality or transgender identity is, quote, sinful in the sight of God and the church. The email goes on to say, students who are found participating in these lifestyles will be asked to leave the school immediately.
I have to say about that school, there's some loving teachers at that school. There's teachers at that school that know a lot of these children are gay for sure, and they still love them.
This mom says her youngest daughter never faced discrimination at the Grace Christian School, but at times she felt left out. Before enrolling her at another private school, she asked the owner,
I just want to know if it's Christian based, and he said yes it is. And I said, well, I'll tell you, my daughter is gay, and I don't know, would that be a problem? He said, no, God loves everybody.
I like that. I like that her mom was very supportive and got her out of that school and got her into another Christian because it sounded like they were in Christian similar to my situation.
Yeah,
They
they're
were involved and it was part of their life, so she was able to acknowledge her kids' sexuality and get her in a better place. So kudos to that mom.
So what do you think about that, Kenneth?
Again, we'll say again, my stance on religion. I mean, I grew up Baptist and stuff like that, but just over the years, some people say, "Oh, are you atheist or agnostic?" I mean, whatever.
Well, I don't know the difference.
Well, no. But my thing is just that I do question, the whole existence of God and all that other stuff. But to me, like I said to you, I would hope if there is a God, and that's me just saying that God would judge me for how I lived and not who I loved and who I,
who you were as a person.
Because I always say, I'm like, if this being or whatever knows all and sees all, why don't you intervene with some of the BS that goes on in the world? That's just me, but I think the parent did the right thing, because to me, no one should have to. And evidently, they are believers, so they want their kids to go to these schools, and saying the teachers know. Now the mother's not lesbian, the child is.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just they know some of these kids are lesbian and they still love them. It's like, come on. They always want to say God is love. Well, if God is love, then I'm like,
thank you.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I just don't. That's what it is. That's why I tell people all the time. I say, with religion, it's like I can go to 5 Bible studies and come out with 5 different. Everybody has these interpretations, and I just feel like, believe what you want to believe, but it's like, just because you may feel a certain type of way. She did the right thing, taking them out of the school and putting them in a school and explaining to them the situation, and it shows that school that she goes to now is progressive. They know what's going on in society. Even what you hear coming from the Pope. This Pope that we have now, he's very progressive. And stuff like that, just, with the beliefs. It's like, come on, I just feel like, stop trampling on people's rights, or, them not be able to exist in society. It's, again, like what they say, we're gay, we're queer, get used to it, whatever that's saying. It's like, look,
Or here we're queer, get
Yeah,
used to it.
exactly. Yeah, it's like, come on. It's like, get used to it. It's like, we're not going nowhere. I said to Portia offline, I said, straight people, if y'all don't want any gay people or the LGBT people, then stop having kids. Because we come from y'all. We don't make ourselves.
That's such a really
Yeah,
good point.
we don't make ourselves.
That's such a good
That's
point. You know,
Yeah,
we,
like, come on.
we,
We
we
just
don't we don't we don't we don't appear when ice meets liquor and turns to a
yeah, it's
margarita.
like,
We don't
come
just appear
on.
out of nowhere.
And I just believe people are born or born the way they are. It's just like, yeah, I might question, people, especially in the early 2000s, where, things were changing for the LGBT community. And, especially I'll just say with gay people, like I was questioning, was it a fad with some people? Is everybody gay? But, you know, um, no, there are real gay people who want love, I feel like sometimes gay people, we want to emulate heteros so damn much. I'm like, oh my gosh, but um, yeah, I think the parent did the right thing, and that's
100%.
yeah, just
I,
again, I go back to live and let live.
What do you think, Porsche?
I think the parent did the right thing by removing them from that school because I mean, who would want to endure that
Yeah,
suffering for what?
Oh yeah, oh
and then
yeah, and I was gonna say, and speaking of doing the right thing, what happened in was it the state of Michigan, Portia, where they like passed some bill, and you were showing me a video earlier about it.
Shooting a video earlier, Roger.
This is me trying to segue into your next video about Michigan powers.
Okay. Um, oh, Michigan. Okay.
Track tonight to protect LGBTQ rights under state law.
The bill took on an historic step forward in the state Senate with a bipartisan vote of 23 to 15.
Tonight, 7 Action News reporter Alex Bazarjan talked to local activists who say it's long overdue.
We've waited 4 decades for this.
Samantha Rogers says as a transgender woman, she never wanted special treatment. She just wanted basic human rights.
This thing with Elliot Larson, it changes so much. Transgender people are just trying to live their lives like anybody else. We're not a threat to anybody.
The bill is passed.
On Wednesday, the Michigan Senate passed an amendment to the Elliot Larson Civil Rights Act that explicitly includes protections for sexual orientation and gender identity. Specifically, the bill would stop someone from firing, evicting, or otherwise discriminating against an individual because they're LGBTQ.
We have an historic opportunity today to right a wrong that should have been righted decades ago.
Opponents argued the bill could infringe on religious rights.
The change proposed to Elliot Larson today goes too far because it seeks to protect one group of people at the expense of others.
This historic move is largely credited to years of grassroots efforts. Oscar Renaud did his part by starting the Unity Fund, an organization that helped put gay and trans people in office.
Several candidates that we backed are elected, and actually a couple of them are sponsoring this bill. So that for us, it's a sense of a huge accomplishment.
Joshua Miller works alongside Renaud. He says the passing of Senate Bill 4 is a win, but he's sad it took so long.
There are those stories of people out there who have been negatively impacted by this type of discrimination. It's too late for them, but we can work hard to make sure that it does not happen to others in the future.
Most Republicans voted no, but 3 GOP lawmakers joined the Democratic majority in the 23 to 15 vote.
When you give rights to somebody else, it doesn't take anything away from you. You know, it just makes society better for everybody because it is a diverse world, and ignoring that diversity, it just makes it somehow darker.
The bill is headed to the House, where it is expected to pass given the Democratic control of the chamber and Governor Gretchen Whitmer's support for the bill. In Ferndale, I'm Alex Bozargian for 7 Action News.
Okay, so then we did have it right, Portia. It was Michigan.
Yeah, it was Michigan.
I just want to say kudos to Samantha and that line she said at the end when she said, when you give someone else rights, it doesn't take rights away from you. It just
Mhm.
makes this world a better place for us all. And that was such a powerful moment. And she said it with
Yeah.
such emotion. And I really, it was a beautiful moment. And she was totally right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
It's definitely refreshing to hear like certain states, especially like Michigan. Like you don't really hear a lot about Michigan, and it's like the Midwest, and you tend to think like Midwest is like conservative. So it's refreshing here. A state like Michigan is passing a bill like that has like LGBT rights in mind, especially since I was just looking at a post on Facebook, and it was saying like a lot of states are banning drag queens and performances in their
Yeah,
state.
I heard that on a podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
it
crazy.
would. Yeah, it was like Florida had it banned, Texas had it banned. It was mostly a lot of Midwestern states, except for like the major ones like Illinois or Indiana. Um, I was actually surprised that Indiana hadn't had it banned because Indiana is
Mhm.
like no, but so it was just refreshing to hear that, and yeah, I say kudos to them.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I tell you, it's just like even just the word rights. It's just like she said, it's you're not. It's nobody's taking your rights away. I mean, I
Yeah.
just don't like when people feel like this group should not have no rights. And so that's
We're
what
all
that's
human.
yeah, like, even like just even watching that video and them voting on a bill to give other people, other human beings that bleed,
Yeah, inalienable rights.
just equal rights. I mean, I don't see what's so they can't have rights because they don't believe the religious doctrine we believe. It's just like, can't we just all agree that we're all human and we all
Hmm.
we all deserve equal rights. Again, that's why I mean, you give me going on a tangent, just with black rights, but I just feel like don't be asleep at the wheel and just let things fly over your head. Yeah, be vigilant and be an activist to things, but it's almost like you're so sick of fighting for rights that should already be yours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then also too, to bring it, like full circle, this bill it was voting against making it illegal to fire someone from their job because, of their orientation or because of what that
Yeah.
sexuality, what they
yeah.
identify as.
What does that have to do with
So
anything?
what happens when you fire a person from their job and then now they can't find jobs and they're
Yeah,
left to walk the street, become
yeah,
homeless,
yeah.
sex work and all that, and then you have a new complaint. All these homeless people and drug
Exactly.
dealers and doing this, and they
Yeah.
need to, get out and get
Yeah,
bussed out. What, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I
yeah.
mean,
It's like, come
if
on.
they were able to get legit employment, maybe they wouldn't be on the street running rampant.
Exactly.
So no, I love this bill.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the bill, Porch?
I love the bill because it finally gave them the same rights as we already have here in New York,
Mm.
you know. But it shouldn't have taken this long for this to happen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's definitely a move in the right
Yeah.
direction.
It is.
And on that note, speaking of moving in the right direction, Porsche, we should probably end this bad boy because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And I need to go feed my little rabbit Scooter. He's over here rattling his cage, talking about some let me out. And I'm gonna get Peter knocking on my door in a few minutes found him.
Thank you, Kenneth, for coming out.
Oh no, this was fun. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Kendall, for speaking with us. We'll have to have you on again
Oh
sometime.
yeah, no, this was nice. This was nice.
So, well, you guys, until next time, definitely like, comment,
And subscribe.
subscribe, and share the video. Yes, share the video and leave in the comments what you want us to talk about next time. But, as usual, I'm your co-host, Portia. What? At this
That's
point,
good.
it's gonna be just, we have to go through this every every
Yeah.
stream for it to be a success. It's a tradition. Okay. But so corrected, I am your lovely delusional co-host, Duchess.
And
And
I'm your host, Portia.
and until next time, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.